Steven here with another iteration of our awesome display tutorial that people seem to be liking somewhat. As you can see, things are coming along very nicely here. My world's looking a little more drab at the moment because I realize my grass is lagging me horribly. It started off with one square accidentally, and it made it all the way out here, about 10 million blocks. It's ridiculous. But let's see, I raised these displays up and moved everything up a bit so that we're not going out quite as far. And yeah, as you can see, it's a lot more compact now. What we have so far, I'll run down for those that haven't been watching or people that forgot. We have a 16-bit display. It can display numbers up to 2 to the 16th, which is, checking my calculator, sorry, 2 to the power, let's see here, the power of 16. Yeah, 65,000. And that's positive and negative. We can do 65,000 if we're doing all positive, and if we're doing negative, we can do 32,000. Negative 32,000, I think. Something like that. Anyways, so this section here, blue and green, is our binary to 7 segment decoder. These guys here, pink and blue, are the full adders. And then the orange guys are our subtraction units, and that's where we left off. So I've got all these lines. Oh geez, sorry, I'm moving really fast here. I raised this, raised this up off the ground. What else did I do? I finished the subtraction units, and I think that's about all I did since I last did video. And people gave me a lot of messages about this thing, saying that what I was doing didn't, let's see, something was wrong with it. Yeah, something was odd with it anyway. I think just about not using this end part, so I think you can actually get rid of that and it'll still work, but I don't really know, so I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know, but we can verify that it works. Right now I have it turned on addition, so if I put a torch here, we expect to see it on. It's good. If I take it off, it's off. And if I come down here and break this line, it's on subtraction, you can see it's off, and then it goes to on, turn it on. Oh, it stays on. So that's the problem then, huh? If we put this guy here, maybe? I don't think that's going to help any. No, it's not going to help. Maybe it did help. Let's see here. If I turn this off, does it go back to on? No, it doesn't. Alright, well, you guys were certainly onto something. So I'm going to take a quick break here and figure this out, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I think I figured it out. Oops. Set speed 1. Okay. Basically, I had a torch here before and I knocked that off, and then I had to go back and remember before how we had, let's see, we had it so when the torch was turned on, we're doing addition. I changed it so that the torch is on, we're doing subtraction, and it seems to be working now. And as a side effect of that, you kind of have to take away the inverter that we put here. So the same torch is controlling the carry in, and then the addition subtraction controller. But you can take a look at that if you download the world. So basically what I want to do next is get in our control panel, taken care of all that stuff. And what I want to do for this, I'll show you, is have one control panel for both things, because people seem to really care about that. And we're basically just going to make like a keypad. Let me get some buttons. So we'll have buttons for, you know, it'll be like, well, any other keypad like on your telephone or something. And we'll put a space between all of these. And so kind of like, yeah, something like this, where you do like 1, 2, 5 or whatever, and then you'll have a plus button over here. You hit plus, and then you do the second number, and then you'll hit equals, and then it'll come up. And in order to do this, we need to build some memory into our system, and we're going to try to keep it simple. I was overcomplicating this before, the way I was doing it, but basically we'll do the memory for now, and then we'll get into some more detail. I'm going to start off with the keypad being binary numbers, so it'll be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. What was the highest one we had? 128, 256? I don't know. And then Yeah, so our highest number is 32,000, so that's a lot. We're going to have 16 buttons on our keypad for now. And eventually we might migrate that to a decimal one, but that's going to be such a pain. Such a pain. So this is what we'll be using to do this. It's the wonderful vertical RS NOR latch from the Minecraft wiki. And let's look at the parts. This is the input. Whatever you put into this will get stored in it. This is the output. I'm inverting the output because I use the latch backwards so that I can reset it from the bottom instead of setting it from the bottom. So this input right here is our reset, and you always have to invert the reset, which is why, for using this design, which is why I use, I keep a torch here, and then really what we would have is something like this, with like our lever here, that'd be our reset, and then this just sends the reset signal up through it, and so really the output's this guy right here. So you can see if we send it, right now we're not on the reset mode, okay, because the lever is off. So if we send this a 1, it's going to get a 1, and no matter what we do to this here, it's still 1, you see, it's still on until we do the reset. So this is perfect for our control panel because we're going to be using buttons. So if we were to take a button, we'll pretend this is on our keypad, and we want this one to be on, and you go over here, you see it's on, even though the button doesn't stay on constantly. So that's why we're going to do that. Then I like this one because you can put them all right next to each other with one space in between, and they can share the reset line by doing this. You just put the same thing next to it. So we're going to go ahead and put these latches in front of every number, and then we're going to pull the lines away to set up the keypads. Alright, so we'll take all the A's to this side, and then all the B's to the other side. I think is how we'll do that for now. Does that make sense? Or we could just, let's just do the memory for now, and then we'll figure out what to do with the lines. So the memory we can put pretty close to this. I'm gonna build one, but I could just, I'll end up world editing most of them in, but I want to show you how to build at least one. Yeah, so the output and input, it looks like we're gonna have them on the same level here. So I want to do it like this, I guess, to go into it. Or can we put it like, no, I can't put it like that. Okay, yeah. So with the input and output to be on the same level. So let's start off with the output, I guess. We'll just make one right over here where we can see it. So we're going to end up there. So we want to build, sorry, I'm kind of improvising this here. I keep forgetting how we did it. Oh yeah, so then we have, I want to make all these magenta so we can see what we're doing. Of course, it's actually going here. I don't even want to know what's down there. Alright, so then that torch has a line going into it. Okay, should probably fill in some of the crap that's underneath us here. 1 second. Alright, so now everything beneath us is stone. So we have our one going into this, and then it looks like, I believe we do something like this, right? Yeah. Put one there. Let me go back and look. Yes. Okay, so then you put a torch. Let's clear some of this away here. Am I still flying? Why am I flying? I don't really like the flying. Okay. And then the input, I've noticed, it helps if you use a repeater for this, so that you don't have to worry about the torch underneath it. This one transmitting its signal up to here. So this will be our input here. And we put 2 on top, right? Whoosh, yeah. And then we just need to build the reset lines, which will go under this block. And I'll make those magenta as well so that we can keep track of them. Like this. And we'll put repeaters after each one so that they all connect to each other. And then this one needs to have, as before, well, they're all going to be connected together, so I won't do this now, but remember the input needs to be inverted. So yeah, it'll just go like that. And we want this for all of them. And so I think I'm going to just off camera really quickly stack them, but let's test that it's working, okay? So we'll go down and invert our reset line so it's not resetting right now. So right now our final output is off, and if we send this an on signal, it turned on, and then if we get rid of the on signal, it stays on because it's a latch, it's holding memory, but if we feed it a reset signal by cycling this guy, it turns off again. So that's working the way we want it to. We're going to have all these hooked up to a master reset so that we can turn them all off and on whenever we're done with our calculator. And the reason I have the latches in the first place, again, is so we can use the single control panel, and so that we can ultimately, we're going to control when the numbers are displayed up there. So it's kind of confusing, but eventually I want to build in like an AND gate to the lines so it only displays the answer when there's a power switch enabled. And that's why, part of the reason I have that long line going out towards it. So I'm going to go build a bunch of these, and I'll be right back. Alright, that was fun. This thing's starting to get very large and very colorful. You can see now we have 32 memory cells, and that is one for each of the inputs to the full adders. So although our answer is going to be 16 bits, we have 32 inputs because each full adder can take 2. So really we have well, a lot. But basically we're going to have another indicator up here for a final carry out. So our total answer is actually going to go up to 32 bits. And it can, anyway, in the case of addition. So basically all that's left to do here is to hook these guys up to our panel, and then we need to add some options. We need to add options for you're doing addition to subtraction, which we'll do in the form of a plus and minus button. Pretty simple. We need to add, let's see, an option for resetting, and I think that's all. Yeah, it doesn't sound like that much, but it's going to be a little bit of a pain just because of the scale we're working on. This isn't, this isn't your grandma's calculator here. This is the big leagues. 16 bits. It's not really that much, but for a video game, I would say that it is. So I think that's all I'm going to go over today. Keep it quick. But on the next one, we're going to start working on the control panel. I have some things I have to figure out on it first. That's why I'm waiting. But after that, we will pretty much be done. Just add in more functions and whatever else we want to do. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Very practical application of memory in Minecraft anyway. So good luck building.